I think Pepe would have done a better job on commentary than Mongo did. I'm John Rethlin with a retro review of WCW Nitro from September 18th, 1995. The third Nitro, the fallout from Fall Brawl, and this show was kind of just okay. The matches felt more like angles, there was a little bit of good storytelling, but since they were trying to recap everything with Fall Brawl and build towards Halloween Havoc 95, ho boy, that monster truck mash, that's what we need to fucking see. And the Yeti. Yes, I'm going to retro review that and the rest of the stuff in 95, and then I'll see about 96. Also, plenty of retro content, more old WCW stuff from 2000, 2001, and WWE stuff, so stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoy it. But yeah, this show, it just kind of there. We had Kevin Sullivan and the Giant arrive in an ambulance, and then, later, his ex would leave in an ambulance. Boy, that was needlessly mean. And they talked about Hulk Hogan and Giant talking about beating up Hogan and leaving him laying and everything, and how he was going to beat him up, and they didn't say Halloween Havoc, but that's where he was going to beat him for the title. Hooray! God, that show sucks. We have the American males, it's in your head now. I know that theme's in your head. Scotty Riggs and Buff Bagwell, or Marcus Alexander Bagwell, versus the Blue Bloods. But oh wait, the Blue Bloods get beat up by Harlem Heat, and they take their place, and they say, hey, we're just turning up the heat on Nitro. Let's put the tag titles on the line against the American males. And I wonder who won. Well, Parker and Sherry ended up distracting Booker T, and he tries to, I think, pump handle slam Bagwell, and Bagwell tops him 1, 2, 3. So the American males win the tag titles, the American males. And they don't hold them for very long. But yeah, that was a bit shocking. New tag team champions. And then we get a Flair interview about Paul Brawl and says he will beat up Arn tonight. He wants Arn in the worst way, or the best way, depending on how you feel. And then we get, oh boy, Paul Orndorff with that goddamn theme, that horrible fucking theme. And I love Paul Orndorff. He had to retire soon after this, or at least for a while. Yeah, that theme was not good. Not good at all. But you know what? It was cheesy. It was ridiculous. And considering he got the inspiration from a guy that was a psychic, it sort of made sense that it would be a bad theme. And then we get Paul Orndorff versus Johnny B. Bad. We get Johnny B. Bad's Bad Blaster blasting all over the faces of the crowd. The Paula chants. That's good stuff. That's stuff that's aged well. Also, Johnny B. Bad beat Brian Pillman for a U.S. title shot previously at Fall Brawl. That, the previous night. So guess who won? It wasn't Johnny B. Bad. Paul Orndorff won. Got a roll-up and beat him. Didn't make much sense. Now, granted, Orndorff maybe getting a little bit of a push here. And then he was going to put somebody over. But it's just weird because Johnny B. Bad, he's got this U.S. title shot. Let's have him get beat. Now, he'd be gone from the company in about 6 months, but still, it's very, very odd. It's very odd they did that. They did this matchup. They didn't have Johnny B. Bad face somebody else. But they also want to do something with Orndorff. They kind of roped themselves into a corner with this. And then Randy Savage is lifting on the beach while the Baywatch cast is watching him, as opposed to Bay watching him, or whatever the fuck they're doing. I don't know who any of these people were. They were all sandy-haired, sandy people, and then he's doing bench presses on the beach. Why was there a bench press on the beach? Whatever. Kevin Sullivan suddenly attacks Randy Savage. And then Ric Flair, of all people, who had feuded with Randy Savage through pretty much most of 95, fights, basically takes Sullivan away and everything, because Ric Flair's suddenly a babyface for about a month. Until he, betrays Sting, that nobody, except everybody, saw coming. And it was just very, very odd. It was very, very strange. And, yeah, and then Savage comes out for an interview and says, how do you, kill a snake? You cut off its head. And then talks about Luger, saying Luger cheap shot him at Fall Brawl, and says that the Dungeon of Doom will soon have Luger, Sting, and Jimmy Hart as members. He was right on 2 of those. You gotta give Savage credit for the clairvoyance. And then Luger shows up, and we get a verbal exchange. Luger was never very good on promos, but we're getting that match soon. Actually, I think we get that match at Halloween Havoc, if I recall correctly. And then we get footage, again, of the Giant running over Hulk's motorcycle, and then a Fall Brawl beating him up and everything. And then we get Flair versus Pillman. Flair was upset because Pillman cost him the match against Arn at Fall Brawl. And match was fine. It was typical. It was a short TV match, and Flair won with the figure 4, and then Flair wants Arn. The announcers bullet points and stuff for future shows. So yeah, these reviews actually are going to be a lot shorter than the 1995 ones, at least for TV, because they were only an hour, and cutting out commercials 43 to 45 minutes. So there really isn't a whole lot else that, to cover. It wasn't a bad show, it wasn't a great show. But let me know what you guys think of Nitro at this point. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rethlin. I'll see you soon.